101 picks, a 3-round NFL mock draft with myself, Matt Hicks, the FF educator, and Anthony Corrente. Here are the rules of this mock draft. Let us know how you feel about it. That's number one. Drop a comment. We love to hear it. We love to get roasted as well, but we want to have a good conversation. We have a fantasy focus as always. We really want to get into rounds 2 and 3 to start understanding landing spot, draft capital, how that might affect some rookie ADP. And other than that, and the only rules are no rules, and you're on the clock.
We're on the clock. There are no rules. With pick 101, we're not going to get cute here. The Will Levis era is over.
Oh, baby.
We're taking Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami, first overall, and moving on with a dynamic, athletic passer who we can hopefully bring the Titans back to some glory.
Yeah, I think we're in the phase of the draft cycle where people aren't excited about Cam Ward. But
yeah,
once we get to April, folks, we're going to be excited about Cam Ward. Big arm, mobility, and I still think he has so much more room to grow in a positive way. I think for Cleveland here with Ward off the board, quite frankly, they're probably trading down. No trades. Probably in the next mock draft we do, Ant. We'll do trades.
I like it.
Yeah, a little teaser there. I'm going to say it's between Hunter and Abdul Carter, and I'm going to go Travis Hunter. I don't think Cleveland's going to be able to ignore the appeal of that two-way star type player.
Yeah, it's hard to pass up on maybe the best player in the draft, so you take Travis Hunter. Giants are up with the 3rd overall pick. I'm operating under the assumption the Giants are acquiring Matthew Stafford.
That's the move.
They're going to acquire Matthew Stafford. So if you acquire Matthew Stafford, you sprint to the podium and you take Abdul Carter. You just do. You just run the card in. Carter, I think, is one of the 2 best players in this draft. So you add him to that defense and go chase some other quarterbacks while you get your quarterback a different way.
I really like that move. I think it makes a lot of sense. If Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen are trying to save their jobs, and if Matthew Stafford is a legitimate option, he's going to get you 3 to 4 more wins next season. No matter what you feel about Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, you can't feel as confident, right? And as rookies, they're going to be able to save his job. The Pats, in this situation, I've seen people do a lot of different things with the Pats. I don't think anybody knows what to do. I'm going Will Campbell, man. I'm going offensive line. And listen, I love McMillan as much as the next person. I want to get him off the board. I want to get Drake May another weapon. But that's what's good about having 2 more rounds, Ant. We're going to get him some weapons in the 2nd and 3rd round.
Exactly. You fill it in later. Protect Drake May. Just protect Drake May. All right, I'm up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know. This one feels chalk, but it just works. It's like the perfect marriage of player and need. I'm going to take Mason Graham.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Mason Graham every time until not. The defensive lineman from Michigan. He's 1,000% what they need and a terrific player. So I'll take Mason Graham for the Jags.
The Jaguars fans, man, they've got to be so bored with
I know
season. But when it makes sense, it makes sense.
Hey, at least it's a good player,
Yeah, it could be much worse. Like people could be mocking Shedeur Sanders to you at 5. Speaking of which, the Raiders are up at 6. And I got to say, I don't think the Raiders are taking Shedeur Sanders. Like, I want to be clear. I don't think it's a scheme fit for what Pete Carroll likes to do. I really want to take a running back here to the Raiders. But in our first mock draft, rightfully so, we got roasted because we let Shedeur fall a little too far. So I'm going to take Shedeur off the board to the Raiders here.
Okay.
To mark the idea that whether it's the Raiders or the Raiders trade down or we move around, Shedeur's going to probably go off the board, the top 10, top 15 picks. And I don't want to let him slide again.
Yeah, it's fair. All right, I'm up with my New York Jets. This is a pretty easy pick here. You take Teteroa McMillan. They have absolutely nothing outside of Garrett Wilson at wide receiver. Devontae won't be back. Alan Lazard will be gone. They really have nothing else. So you add Teteroa McMillan, who's an excellent complement to Garrett Wilson.
I really struggle with the Jets, man. I whenever we do mock drafts, it's got to be one of the 3 hardest teams for me because in one way, there's not a lot of holes. And in another way, there's so many holes.
Yeah. I tell you, they would love Mason Graham to fall to them. I could tell you that. But I have a hard time seeing it. But wide receiver, pass catcher is a big need.
Yeah. No. We're assuming Adams is gone.
Right.
All right. I think Carolina absolutely would have been in play for McMillan at 8. I think they still could consider an offensive weapon like a Luther Burden at at 8 with McMillan off the board, but I think the edge position is absolutely a need for them as well. It's a highly coveted position. I think we're going to get at least 2, if not 3, edge guys off the board in the top 10. So I'm going to go James Pierce Jr., show my Tennessee bias here and get him off the board, top 10 pick. Honestly, you could do anything. You could do absolutely anything for the Carolina Panthers, and you'd go, that's a value added.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm up with the Saints. I think I'm going to go a different route than I've gone in the past.
It's another
with the
weird one.
Saints. It is. And I think I'm going to try something a little bit different because Rashid Shaheed coming off the injury. Chris Olave, as much as we all love him, some concussion scares. Hopefully he's all right. But new offensive coach there. Let's go ahead and give him Luther Burden. Let's take Luther Burden off the board,
10, baby.
Let's go ahead and take Luther Burden there. I think wide receiver is a sneaky need for the Saints, man. With, a lot of question marks, and hopefully Olave. Look, if Olave is healthy and great, he's great. But there's worse things than adding another dynamic player alongside him.
Burden goes top 10 in the NFL draft. He's a top 4 consensus rookie pick, right?
Yeah. Wheels up.
He'd have to be there.
Would be an interesting fit too in that Kellen Moore offense.
I'm curious about it. I almost wonder, and I really like Luther Burden and I really like Chris Olave. I worry about them playing together.
Yeah.
But maybe we add another guy later on, more of a boundary presence guy that could pull some attention away from him.
You got it.
All right, Chicago Bears have 2 choices. It's tackle or guard.
Yeah.
I really think they just need to really lean into the offensive line. I'm really liking the idea of Trey Smith going to Chicago to help out Caleb Williams. I'm gonna go. Let's go. Josh Simmons here, and we'll just get another offensive lineman off the board. There's a little bit of choose your flavor when it comes to the tackles in this class. So with this early in the process, we don't really know who goes where in terms of fit. From a front office standpoint, but I like Josh Simmons, so we'll get him off the board here.
Yeah, I like that too. And agreed, they got to take an offensive lineman. All right, I'm up with the Niners at pick 11. I think this is another offensive line spot. Honestly, I could see them dipping into the well. We're going to go ahead and take Kelvin Banks Jr.
Nice.
I think he's a tackle. Even if he did end up playing guard, they have a need there too. So I'll take Kelvin Banks Jr. at pick 11.
All right, Dallas is another team I think could be looking for help along the defensive side of the ball. Just before we hit record, Zach Martin announced his retirement, so they could be looking for some help on the offensive side.
I missed that.
Yeah, breaking news here.
Oh, wow.
On the rookie big board. Make sure I got my underdog notification. Promo code RBB gets you 20% deposit match. 100% deposit match. But you know what? We're going to do it. We're just going to take Ashton Genty to Dallas.
Thank God.
I mean, it's wheels up. You could call it lazy fantasy, but it just makes so much sense. It feels like I was mocking Bijan to the Falcons for 3 months, and everyone was like, that's stupid. That's lazy. I don't care, man. You see good player, you put him on good offense.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely fair. All right, I'm up with the Dolphins. They're another team that needs offensive line help. Desperately. We're going to go ahead and give them Armand Mambu from Mizzou. The big tackle.
I like
go ahead and address the offensive line needs there in Miami.
This is an interesting one here. The Colts, I feel like, could go in a few different directions. A tight end is such a popular pick for them. And I don't want to see Tyler Warren on the board still. It just feels boring to me. Yeah. I think Malachi Stark sitting here at 14 would be a good addition to their secondary. So I'm going to take him off the board. And I do think you have a little bit of versatility to exactly where you put Malachi Starks on the field.
I like that one. All right, I'm up with the Falcons.
We got roasted for our Falcons pick last time.
I forget who'd we take for him last time.
We didn't take an edge. That was the problem. I took Luther Burden.
All right, let's go ahead and give him Mike Green. Mike Green's still on the board here.
All right.
He's my second favorite edge in the class. I think he's a very, very, very good pass rusher. So we'll take Mike Green, the edge from Marshall at pick 15. You're welcome, Falcons fans.
I think the Arizona Cardinals could use help inside or outside in this class, but they need to put an investment in the offensive line. Give Kyler just a little bit more time to find our guy Marv. Let's go Tyler Booker here. I think there's some inside out versatility, even if they play him at guard. I think he's a really pro ready, consistent guy who can kind of just step in and plug and play for them.
All right, I like that. I think Tyler Booker is going to end up going earlier than a lot of places seem to think right now.
Yeah.
I'm up with the Bengals, and I want to do something that doesn't even feel like a huge pressing need, but it feels like we're letting them go too far.
Yeah, do it. I know what you want to do.
All right, I'm going to I don't know if you know what I want to do.
Oh, maybe I don't know what you want to do.
I am going to take. You know what? I am going to do it. I'm going to
No,
take
no, no,
Tyler
no, no.
Warren.
Do
I'm
what you
going
were
to take
gonna
Tyler
do.
Warren. I'm
Dude,
going to
no,
take Tyler
no, no, no,
Warren.
no, no. I know what you were gonna do.
What do you think I was going to do?
Were you gonna go defensive back?
I was.
Yeah. Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
All right, I'm taking Will Johnson.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
taking
go.
Will Johnson off the board here. That feels like a pretty big value pick for the Bengals, man. I mean, we were talking about Will Johnson as a top 5 pick. It feels like not that long ago. So at 17, feels like they would probably run the card in, just a BPA kind of thing.
Yeah, and you know who else drafts BPA a lot? The Seahawks.
Yeah.
Seahawks fans are gonna be so mad. They're gonna be so mad if we don't take an offensive lineman. I know you have Noah Fant. Noah Fant. I'm going Tyler Warren, man.
Yeah, baby.
Doesn't he just work in Seattle? You can
Yeah,
do
he
a
does.
whole lot with him. I mean, you're extending the production of Geno Smith. You've got that run game opening things up for Tyler Warren underneath. You got JSN, DK Metcalf, Tyler Warren. Oh, come on. See, you have to be excited about that if you're a Seahawks fan. I dare you in the comments to challenge that.
Yeah, and plus, if you're one of the Seahawks fans that wants to move on from Geno, you play Tyler Warren at quarterback.
There you go. You have your future QB1 right there in Tyler Warren.
Built right in. All right, I'm up with the Bucks at 19. I'm going to take Texas defensive back Jahdae Barron. That feels like a Todd Bowles pick.
Yeah.
A DB that you could play all over the defensive backfield, at the nickel on the boundary. I think he's a really solid, versatile corner, and I think really fits the Bowles mold. So we'll take Jahdae Barron there.
I struggle with Denver. I know
Yeah.
it seems to be the popular pick as wide receiver. And even as a fantasy podcast, I don't love that. I really like one, stop wasting them. You have talented wide receivers. You have Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin. So stop wasting them. But I think if he goes tight end, it would be round 2. I do think he wants to go offense. I'm going Amari and Hampton.
Let's go.
I think they need a running back to replace Javonte Williams. You know what Amari and Hampton is? Everything you wanted Javonte Williams to be.
That is factual.
It's factual. We'll look for a wide receiver. We'll look for a pass catcher later on.
Yeah, I really like that. They are the one of the other teams in the first round that it feels easy to see the path towards. Like, are they going to be one of the teams that takes another running back in round 1? Or not? I mean, another in the context that we had the Cowboys already take a running back. But yeah, I like that. All right, I'm up with the Steelers. Who knows who's playing quarterback for the Steelers, but we're not taking one here yet. We are gonna take. We're gonna go ahead and take Emeka Egbuka. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take Emeka Egbuka off the board. They need another wide receiver. Who knows if Pickens is long for Pittsburgh anyway, but they need to get another pass catcher in there. Egbuka, look, I've talked long and often about how much I love Emeka Egbuka, so
yeah,
it's out there.
It's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
The only thing that it's like high character wide receiver in Pittsburgh doesn't seem to fit well.
Yeah, he's not a loose cannon enough.
We'll see. Hopefully they don't corrupt him. You know what? It's lazy. But we're taking Colston Loveland to the Chargers. I don't care if it's Colston Loveland. I don't care if it's later, late day 2. I don't care if it's during free agency. Harbaugh is adding a tight end that makes him excited this offseason. I promise you. Like, listen, Stone Smart, I don't hate you, brother, but it's not you. You're not the future.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. They definitely need another pass catching option there. I'm up with the Packers at 23. I know some people will want a wide receiver. There's not one that I'm taking here for them. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anybody that really stands apart as like anything different than what they have in terms of like a clear alpha at the position. I'm gonna take Georgia edge Michael Williams.
I like that.
He can set the edge, chip in a little bit as a pass rusher. Super young. I don't even think he's 21 yet. So they get a big, strong guy on the edge there.
I think Minnesota, would be in play for Hampton if we hadn't taken him off the board. I do think they're going to be looking at running back, so we'll look down board a little bit on that one. I just think Kenneth Grant's fallen a little too far here.
Agreed.
Yeah, and honestly, there's a lot of good defensive linemen. Like I think
Yeah.
I think Walter Nolan is legitimate in play here. I think Darius Alexander could be in play here. So maybe we'll end up with a little bit of a run here in the back end of the first, but nice value for our Vikings fans there.
Yeah, we are going to keep the D-line run going a little bit at 25 for the Texans because I think this is too far for Walter Nolan to fall.
Yeah, all right.
A big guy with that crazy of a first step that can get off the line. I think 25 is an insane value. Wouldn't shock me if he went way earlier.
Yeah, tough spot for the Rams. I do think offensive line is in play. A first round linebacker is not usually the best value, but I do think Campbell or Walker in particular could be value return there for the Rams. I mean, what direction are you going in for these guys?
It is a tough spot. It feels like a lot of the guys they would have wanted are probably gone. I don't know. I think Jalen Walker is interesting because of the potential versatility. Like, I'm
Yeah.
really curious if somebody wants to play him just as an off-ball linebacker or if they do the off-ball linebacker part edge, let him rush the passer a little bit. He's unique in that way.
Yeah. I'm going to go Zabel. I'm going to go Gray Zabel. He had a big
right.
Senior Bowl. He's a big riser. I think if you're not sure and you have a good offensive line class, like add to the offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, that is fair.
Don't screw this up.
I know. All right. So
Ravens are up.
well, we need a tight end to replace Mark Andrews.
Goodness
right?
gracious.
I'm just kidding.
He's not wrong.
Okay. I think for the Ravens, what we're going to do here at pick 27, I don't know if you're going to love this or hate it, but we're going to go ahead and take Josh Connerly, the tackle from Oregon. Keep building the lines.
Interesting.
Keep building the lines. We'll see what happens with Ronnie Stanley. But
I better get them in the second round here.
Yeah.
get a corner off the board. All right. Detroit's sitting here. I think they're sitting pretty. Shamar Stewart staring them in the face.
Yeah.
TJ Sanders. I think that they would like him a lot. Landon Jackson, Jack Sawyer. There's just so many guys who I think kind of fit. Jalen Walker too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
that's a fun one.
Yeah, let's go Jalen Walker. I think that fits. I
like
think that would be a really nice addition to that defense. All right, you have the chance to do the absolute best thing here with Washington.
All right, Washington.
You could be beloved by so many fantasy football managers.
Yeah, I could.
But will he?
But will I is the real question. All right, let's give the Commanders Matthew Golden.
There it is.
Let's give the Commanders Matthew Golden. I thought about throwing a wrench in it, but give the people what they want. You get a nice wide receiver there across from Terry McLaurin to play with Jaden Daniels. And then you can
like
play
106. If this happens, he's going like 105, 106.
I would really like it for the Commanders too. And then like your real like depth options as with Zacchaeus and Diami Brown, like to be like true depth options that you can just like rotate in. That's pretty nice.
I think so. All right. For the Buffalo Bills here, I think we go defensive line. And I think we go. I like Darius Alexander. I don't know if it's the fit. I like TJ Sanders. What's TJ Sanders here? Yeah, let's go TJ Sanders. Let's get him off the board here to the Buffalo Bills.
All right. I like that. The Kansas City Chiefs are up. Pick number 31. Let's go ahead and give them You know what? Actually, I'm drawing a blank. Nick Bolton's a free agent, right? I
I don't
think
know.
linebacker in Kansas City.
We could have our producer check that.
All right, yeah, we're gonna give him Jahad Campbell. We're gonna give him Jahad Campbell at linebacker.
Okay, Jahad Campbell. We feel good, even without our producer checking on Nick Bolton.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident he's a free agent.
He is a free agent. You're absolutely correct.
Boom, trust your gut,
All
Jahad
right,
Campbell.
Jahad Campbell. There you go. That's it. That's why you should never do research, folks. Why waste your time? Yikes. All right. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles get absolutely nobody because they're just fine. All right.
Skip the pick.
Don't think they really need it. But I suppose if we're here and Shamar Stewart is here, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we'll give them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Congratulations. You won a Super Bowl and got Shamar
And you got Shamar Stewart.
So this is dumb. All right, round 2, man. This is where it gets fun. Let's dig into it here. So Cleveland went Travis Hunter in the first round. I'll try to do my best to make sure we show that.
Yep. Cleveland went Travis Hunter. Man, I don't know if I can do the quarterback thing yet. I don't know, Jim.
Who's on the board? Who's on the board? Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Milroe, Will Howard, Jackson Dart.
You know. All right. I don't know. Give me one sec here. Get these quarterbacks out of my way. We are not. Oh, but I could do a fun fantasy thing though. Maybe
a running back.
I'm thinking about it.
That's not fun.
All right,
board, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and give them. We're gonna give them. Oh man, I'm really torn. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and I'm torn between filling a need and taking a guy who's probably just fallen too far.
Hey, when you're in their situation, BPA is never a bad idea.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna take Nick Scorton, the edge from Texas A&M.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Myles Garrett, but even if Myles Garrett sticks around, they could still use another edge. So we'll take Nick Scorton there.
Yeah, I don't know. The board fell great for the Giants here. We took Abdul Carter in the first round. I think they really want to add a playmaker from the wide receiver position. I think they want offensive line help. I don't know that it fell great for them either way in this situation. We're saying Stafford, so you could make an argument for a Jackson Dart type developmental quarterback situation. I just don't like Dart that much.
Yeah.
We have Malik Neighbors. There's not really a wide receiver that was going to complement Neighbors super well here. I mean, you could go Ao Maynor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a compliment. For
yeah.
Sure.
I don't know if I love it, but let's go Ao Maynor for the Giants.
It is a nice compliment, though. A nice, strong guy that can play on the boundary.
Yeah, the board just did not fall their way.
It wasn't great for them.
This is So the Titans are up now.
Titans are up. We took Cam Ward first overall,
and I think this is they don't have a 3rd round pick, by the way. So this is it for the Titans.
This is it for the Titans. So we got to get it right. All right. We're going to take Ole Miss corner Trey Amos here.
I thought you were going to say quarterback. I was like,
just double down. Just, you know what? We'll get it right with one of them. No, we're going to take Trey Amos here, the corner from Mississippi.
Benjamin Morrison, he's sliding. I think folks are worried about the injury, the testing, but I think if the Jags can walk away from this draft with Benjamin Morrison and Mason Graham, man, they're going to be happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. All right.
The Raiders took Shedeur Sanders.
They did. Let the record show that we got Shedeur into the top 6.
Yep, we did it, folks.
But Shedeur could use a guy back there to hand the ball too.
Oh boy.
Let's go ahead and give the Raiders Travion Henderson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and give them Travion Henderson, a home run threat to help out.
That's a big landing spot, man.
Shedeur
That's
Sanders.
money.
Yeah.
That's a really good landing spot. I like that a lot. I mean, Henderson to the Raiders, real quick. Henderson to the Raiders or Hampton to the Broncos? Are you going Hampton over Henderson still?
Yeah, but it'll be close, honestly.
They're both good.
Yeah. Those are both really solid landing spots. And I like those players so close as it is already.
All right, that's how you vamp for extra time here, folks. Oh, the Pats, the Pats, the Pats, the wide receiver. Here's the thing. I really like the depth of the wide receiver group. I have a really tough time at this point in the draft
Yeah.
going wide receiver. The Pats have 2 more picks from us in this mock draft. I think I'm going to let's see, we took Will Campbell. Doubling down on offensive line is not the worst idea, to be completely honest with you.
Could be worse.
You know what? Let's do it, man. Let's give him Donovan Jackson too. Let's double down on offensive line for the
I
Pats.
like it. I like it.
All right. Bears are on the clock. They also went offensive line. Also a tackle from Ohio State, Josh Simmons in the first.
Yes, we're going to give the Bears an edge rusher here. We're going to take Donovan Ezeraku from Boston College.
Nice.
He's a little undersized, but just a guy with a pass rush plan. So we'll take Ezeraku for the Bears.
I mean, Derek Harmon falling, Darius Alexander falling.
Yeah.
For a team that could use help on the defensive line, I think the Saints are in a really good spot here. I like Darius Alexander just a little bit more here, so we'll take him off the board. And the Bears are back on the clock.
Bears are back on the clock. We took Ezeraku. We addressed the offensive line in the first round.
Oh, that means we could be reckless, right? Like we could do something.
Yeah,
reckless.
Baby. We're thinking about it.
Devin Neal.
Don't threaten me with a good time. But you know what I'm thinking?
I don't.
Take a look at one thing here. All right, let's give the Bears. They're another team where I would love to double down on the offensive line.
Yeah, we definitely could. That's definitely in play.
I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to take Ariante Ursary from Minnesota.
Flex.
And yeah, let's build a wall in front of Caleb.
I think you just wanted to draft him to point out the fact that you could pronounce his name well. So well done. Derek Harmon, defensive line. You said you would have loved Mason Graham in the first round. So
Let's go.
Let's get the probably best steal so far value of this draft for your New York Jets.
I would cry a happy tear.
Oh man.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, the Niners are up at 43. Yeah, I'm going to keep it on the D line. I'm going to take Tyleik Williams from Ohio State.
Nice.
I think that's a really solid value pick for them. I think he's a better player than pick 43.
I like that pick. We have Dallas on the clock. They went running back Ashton Genty in the first. I don't know if you're going to find your Zach Martin replacement quite yet in the draft. Let's stick on the edge. Let's go Landon Jackson because Jerry loves his Arkansas guys, right? So
that is true.
We'll keep that connection alive. I think, honestly, Landon Jackson at 44 is just fantastic either way.
Yeah. All right, the Colts at 45. Who did we take for them?
We took
Malachi Starks.
Okay,
Malachi Starks.
Good tight end class.
It is a good tight end class.
Somebody on the rise.
It is a good tight end class. They're bored of getting mocked tight ends.
All right. I'm here for it.
I feel like we could get them a good tight end around later.
We'll see.
We're going to take Jack Sawyer, the edge at Ohio State. We're going to take Jack Sawyer here.
I like that. Keep him in the north.
Yep.
All right. Really tempting Falcons fans. Really, I still think you need a wide receiver, man. I know you got Darnell Mooney. Listen, I'm with you. I love that man. I still think you could use a wide receiver. I still think there's some really good wide receivers on the board, but I know you want some help on the defensive side. I know you need some help at the linebacker position too. So let's go Demetrius Knight. All right. Double pass rush help. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
Actually, I do want to hear it, but I want to hear it positively. So let us know.
In a good way.
We like compliments.
All right. Cardinals are up at pick 47.
Tyler Booker in the first.
Took Tyler Booker for them in the first. So we are going to take Shamar Turner, the defensive lineman from Texas A&M.
I like that.
We're building the trenches in Arizona this year.
Building the trenches. I like that approach. Kind of want to just keep building the trenches for Miami, honestly.
Yeah.
again, another good candidate to double down offensive line. It's a good offensive line class. I'm going to go defensive line, though. I'm going to go with Omar Norman Lots. Big run stuffer there in the middle.
I like that.
Listen, their division has some pretty good running backs in it, if you're not familiar. So
Sure.
some help in the middle wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
All right, the Bengals are up at pick 49. We took Will Johnson for them in round 1. Let's give them.
This is an interesting one.
It is. It is.
Wide receiver.
Yeah,
Xavier Restrepo.
I'm looking at wide receiver. Restrepo is nice.
Our man is still alive. I almost don't want to say anything because I want him to fall.
I know.
A little bit more.
We're gonna take
some of our guys, really.
You know what? Let's give them Xavier Restrepo.
All right.
Let's give them the slot receiver from Miami. If Higgins plays there on another tag, or if they figure out an extension, whatever, that's a nice trio.
They've been trying to nail down this slot receiver position for a while. Yeah. I think Restrepo would help with that.
Yeah.
All right. Legally obligated at this point to help the offensive line for the Seahawks after leaving them out to dry last time. I'm going to go with Wyatt Mullum out of West Virginia. I think there's some inside-out versatility there.
I like that. Bucks are up at 51. We took Jahdae Barron in round 1 for them. So let's go ahead and give them this time around. We're going to take. Man.
We've got a lot of good edge guys.
Yeah, we're going to go on the edge. Only problem with on the edge is it's a bunch of names that are hard to pronounce.
JTT, that's the easy one.
Yeah, I think we might take JTT.
Jared Ivey sitting right there, man.
Yeah, that's a nice easy name. Let's give him JTT, the edge from Ohio State.
All right. Denver, they could be rational. They could take Xavier Watts.
They could.
Or
they won't.
Or they could take Mason Taylor.
Oh, I love Mason Taylor.
Man, like Mason Taylor is the type of guy NFL coaches are going to love.
Absolutely.
And like Sean Payton's going to eat that up. Like Sean Payton is going to, I'm not saying this is accurate, folks, but Sean Payton is going to look at Mason Taylor and go, see a little Jimmy Graham there.
Yeah. He's going to look at Mason Taylor and go, that is the son of former New York Jet great Jason Taylor.
Is that who he played for? Pittsburgh on the clock, man. I think it's worth at this point in time noting that we haven't taken a third quarterback yet.
Well, we're about to.
All right. But which one?
Oh, we're getting absolutely crazy here. This isn't what I would do. Let me just say that. But I could see them doing it. We're taking Jalen Milroe off the board at pick 53.
Jalen Milroe is quarterback 3, not Jackson. The rookie big board Discord is going to light you up.
Yeah. Well, hey, I said I wouldn't do it. All
right. That's a good point. By the way, folks, we haven't even plugged, like we have been very disciplined here. I haven't even sat here and plugged the rookie big board Discord. Like I haven't even talked about the Dynasty Devian rookie rankings, the 81 rookie profiles available at patreon.com/rookie big board. I haven't even talked about our 100+ page rookie guide coming out because that's not what this is about. All right. All we're asking is just for some comments, give the video a like, and we won't even plug patreon.com/rookie big board.
Won't even do it. Won't even think about it.
Won't even do it.
Patreon.com/rookie big board.
Patreon.com. All right. Chargers are on the clock. And I think there's a world where they add another wide receiver because then they don't have to pretend like Quentin Johnston's good.
It's true.
I think there's a world. Well, we took Colston Loveland, though. So I think that's really the receiving guy.
Yeah.
I think Jim Harbaugh wants another running back.
Oh, baby.
In this offense, right? And I think the correct thing to do would be Caleb Johnson because I think that is the consensus higher ranked guy. And so I'm going to take Caleb Johnson. And it's going to hurt me because I like J.K. Dobbins and I like whoever the other running back is. So I'll have to bump up Caleb Johnson just by virtue of landing spot. And I think, by the way, both of those guys could get good volume at once.
Yeah, I like that. All right, Packers are up, pick 55. Round 1, we took Mykel Williams, the Georgia edge. We're gonna stick on the defense here. Uh, East Carolina corner Siobhan Ravel feels
There's
like
the
too
ball,
far.
yeah.
That's a good value pick for them, so we'll take him off the board.
Man, what to do with Buffalo? What to do with Buffalo? Another team that could be in play for wide receiver, right? I feel like we keep
Mhm.
saying that. And so you have Coleman on the outside, you have Shakura underneath. It's just a matter of fit, right? Like who fits in well with these guys?
Yeah.
I don't know that I love it. We have one more. We have two more. No, we have one more pick here together with them. I'm going to instead. Let's see. What does cornerback look like? Let's go ahead. Let's get Maxwell Harrison off. No, let's go Isaiah Thomas. We'll take Isaiah Thomas off the board here for Buffalo.
All right.
I
I
haven't
can
made any Buffalo picks with conviction, so feel free to roast me.
All right, Texans up at pick 57. We took Ole Miss D lineman Walter Nolan in the first round. I think I might take a wide receiver
I
for
was
them.
gonna say, man, I
Yeah,
think this could be a wide receiver
I
spot.
think I might take a wide receiver for them. The question is, which one will I be taking? We have Nico Collins. It doesn't seem likely in any way that we'll see Tank Dell at all this year.
Yeah,
Um, I would guess, Stephon Diggs' time in a Texans uniform is probably over.
seems like it.
Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and give them. I'm gonna take Jalen Royals.
Oh, Jalen
I'm gonna
Royals.
take Jalen
I
Royals
like it.
at
Ooh,
pick
we're big Jalen
57.
Royals guys here.
I think he's a really nice compliment to what Nico can do. Now you're building that wide receiver core again.
All right. Well, I think the Panthers could absolutely use wide receiver help as well. So I'm going to take Jalen Noel off the board
There
here.
you go. Back-to-back
Honestly,
Jalen's.
like it's not a perfect one-to-one comp, but what Adam Thielen has been doing, Jalen Noel can do.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
was brutal, man. I shouldn't have done this because Royals is who I really want to go to Baltimore in the second round. So to take Royals and Noel off the board before Baltimore picks. But
All
maybe
right.
it'll keep you disciplined because they need help in a certain spot.
Yes. All right. We gave them the tackle in round 1 because honestly, I didn't think Josh Connolly would still be there at pick 27. We're going to give him Darian Porter, the Iowa
we
State
go.
cornerback right here, and shore up that secondary a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you. Your efforts are, I thought I was being very nice to the Jets.
But now
So
we got tackle help and corner help.
Your efforts are appreciated. This is one that might feel a little high, but Tate Ratledge just seems like a Dan Campbell guy. I think let's get them some help along the interior. I think Ratledge can play center. He can play guard. Man, he's a winner. He's a competitor. I think Dan Campbell's going to like him a lot.
Yeah, I like that one. Washington's up at 61. We gave them Matthew Golden in round 1.
Best pick of the draft.
Yeah, I think we're gonna move to the other side of the ball, and we're gonna give them. Just double check in case I missed something.
Man,
No.
we have really I don't even think we've let the edge position fall. We've been taking them.
I
There's just so
know.
many.
I'm sorry, Princely, but I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I can't learn it.
That's a ridiculous reason for not taking it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Princely. I will take you here, but I can't call you by your full given name.
Princely, that's fine.
Princely from Ole Miss.
I'll
learn.
I'll
learn it.
We don't have it.
Yeah,
We'll go back. We'll listen to interviews. We'll get the
I'll
pronunciation.
learn it.
There's time, man. It's still early. All right. Buffalo here. Man, it's hard for me. We want double defense. I don't want to overkill it, man, but I kind of just want to keep building up on the defense. I don't think they need to go wide receiver this early. Let's go with Schwinzinger. Let's go with the linebacker out of UCLA.
There you go.
Schwinzinger.
All right, Chiefs are up at 63. We took Jahad Campbell in round 1, the linebacker. So we're gonna go ahead and give them. You know what? We're gonna stick on the defense, and we are going to give them Alfred Collins, a defensive lineman from Texas.
All right. We love it. Mahomes is going to get absolutely rocked next year. No protection for him. All right. Shamar Stewart, edge for the Eagles. in the first round. Let's maybe look offensive line, and we'll go Cameron Williams out of Texas. So probably guard, but
Yeah.
tackle's fine too.
Tackle's fine too.
We should probably take well, I guess we don't have to.
Well, hey, we have Abdul Carter, we have Alec Manor, right? We can make the Jackson Dart pick.
I mean, this is bad, man.
First pick in round 3.
We did this with Shedeur last time. Oh,
look,
no.
The only difference is like, okay, Shedeur is definitely going round 1. There's a world where Jackson Dart doesn't go in round 2.
Yes, there
like,
absolutely
we did this a couple of years ago in the Pickett draft where Pickett went round 1, and for months it was Malik Willis is going round 1, and all these guys are going round 1. And Kenny Pickett went round 1, and then we didn't see another one until the 3rd round. So
absolutely.
It could happen. And this is the spot where I would feel comfortable taking Jackson Dart. Like top of round 3, you sit him behind Stafford for a year and hope that you can teach him how to play under center. So.
I think it would be a really, really smart approach. It's enough of you're prioritizing the veteran quarterback, and you're just stringing enough along. Like, hey, listen, I do have a long-term plan as well here.
Yep.
All right, Chiefs back on the clock at 66. We're going to give him Ozzie Trapilo because as much as we, don't really mind the idea of Patrick Mahomes getting sacked 39 times next season, Kansas City probably does.
That's true.
Browns
are up. We took Travis Hunter and Nick Scorton, and now we are going to take, this is just, I think the guy's fallen too far. We're going to take Notre Dame safety Xavier Watts.
All right. They are good at the quarterback position. They don't got to worry about it.
Nope, they're good. Kirk Cousins is coming.
Oh, baby. All right. So far, the Raiders have taken a quarterback in Shedeur Sanders, a running back in Travion Henderson. Do we just keep it going?
Yeah. Take a wide receiver.
Give him a wide receiver.
Yeah, we should.
Who? Why am I struggling to remember their wide receivers? They have Jacoby
Myers.
Oh, Brock Bowers.
Oh yeah, Brock Bowers.
Let's give him some speed, baby. Isaiah Bond.
Okay,
let's get him off the board. I think it's actually a good fit.
Yeah, I do too. I like that. All right, the Pats are up at 69. We took a tackle, and then we took another tackle. Should we just give him a third tackle?
Should just keep it going. Eric's gonna revolt.
Let's you know what? Let's go ahead and give them Trey Harris, the Ole Miss wide receiver.
Oh, Trey Harris.
Somebody that I think Trey Harris would be a really nice fit with Drake May.
You know what they say? If 2 mid wide receivers isn't enough, add a third. I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Trademark it.
Jacksonville Jaguars up here at 70. I'm not saying that I think Travis Etienne is done. But what
I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
But they have Tank too. I don't know. It's not. We shouldn't do running back.
Okay.
Right? That's kind of. It feels a little reckless.
Yeah. I mean, it's round 3.
That's true. And we did say there were no rules.
That is true.
That factors into things too. Is wide receiver in play? I don't know that I love any of these guys here. Safety, I feel like, is in play. Let's go another guy I struggle with, Nick Umanwori. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, they're adding pieces, man. That defense is getting a nice boost.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Saints up at 71. We took Luther Burden and then Darius Alexander. Let's Saints have another pick, right? All right.
They have another pick. They have 93. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So we're going to add another weapon to the offense.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to take Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah, there it is.
The Miami tight end.
Yeah. There's a real chance that ends up looking too low.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, man. I'm glad I didn't do it. With the Jaguars now because the Bears are on the clock.
Ooh.
The Bears could use a running back.
They could.
They're going to take our guy.
Let's do it.
They're going to take Devin Neal, baby.
I love it.
Yeah, Devin Neal to the Bears. Let's go.
Oh, that would be fun.
That's juicy. I mean, he's a late first round rookie pick if this happens, early
Oh, yeah.
second round.
Oh, yeah. I love
Yeah.
that.
He's getting day 2 draft capital. Lock it in.
Yep. Agreed.
Love it. Oh, good. The Raiders are back on the clock. Tight
All
end at
right.
this point.
Yeah, so we took a quarterback, we took a running back, we took a wide receiver.
Should we take another quarterback just in case it doesn't work out with Shador?
Let's go ahead and give them we'll take Kentucky corner Maxwell Hairston.
All right.
Let's take him there. Show the
All right,
defense some love.
rational. Oh man. We have the Panthers are on the clock here. 74. James Pierce and Jalen Noel. We could do interior, defensive line. We could do Jordan Phillips. Let's go Joshua Farmer out of Florida State.
Okay, I like that.
We win along the lines, folks. We rebuild along the lines.
Yeah, we absolutely do. The 49ers are on the clock. We took Kelvin Banks in round 1, Tyleik Williams in round 2. We've rebuilt the lines there for them. Let's
I hope I have pick 99 because I know exactly what to do with pick 99.
I'm tempted to do something that, again, I would not do, but I think it might be like a fun, kind of hilarious pick.
We might be thinking of the same thing, honestly.
I'm gonna get reckless. I'm sorry. It's round 3. I'm getting reckless. I'm taking Savion Williams for the 49ers.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. That's still funny, though.
Look, they're going to move on from Debo, it feels like. They're going to try and find somebody to take the Debo contract. They'll need a new gadget guy, right? And I don't know what position Savion Williams plays. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't know if you want to play him at wide receiver. I don't really think you could play him full-time at wide receiver or running back, but just there you go. There's your new toy.
You know the meme that's like the downgrade button? That's exactly what you're doing here.
Yeah.
I think Dallas would be looking for a wide receiver in this range. I think there are people who would be shouting for Jaden Higgins at this point. I'm not quite. Are you high on Jaden Higgins?
I like Jaden Higgins, but not as much as another wide receiver who's still on the board.
You like Beck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Ricky White's in play here too.
Yeah.
The fit though with Beck, I don't think that works with Lamb.
No.
I don't know. I'm gonna go. I don't like the wide receivers. I don't like them.
Come on, give him Tez.
Let's go. Tez Johnson, goodness gracious. All 46 pounds of them. We'll go Charles Grant. We'll give him some help along the offensive line.
Okay. It's respectable.
All right, Pats. Will Campbell,
Donovan
Jackson,
again.
Trey Harris.
Will Campbell. Yep. So I want to let's take a look here real quick.
I don't know if we're gonna get good reviews from Pats fans on this. Doesn't feel like we're nailing it.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna give him a running back. Actually,
that'll shut him up.
Actually,
oh no.
I'm a little tempted.
I mean, what's the contract on Ramondre? Oh, they just extended him.
Yeah, that's true. All right,
but that's fine. It's a two running back league. It's day 2.
It is a 2 running back league.
Running backs in play. Pick with your heart.
Okay, you know what then? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go with like the anti-Ramondre then, right?
Okay.
Let's give him Dylan Sampson.
Is that the anti-Ramondre?
I don't know, but it feels like a lot more lightning to Ramondre.
I mean, brother. So am I. All right. That's fine. I think that's appropriate. I think that's an appropriate spot. I think that's an appropriate move for the Pats to make. They are not going to be happy with us, Pats fans.
No. Well, what do you expect? I'm a Jets
We won't know unless you tell us. We won't know. All right. Tyler Booker, guard, Shamar Stewart, defensive line. By the way, I should mention, man, we're going to make sure Anthony's YouTube page, Gridiron Drive, is going to be linked in this episode description. And he's doing great work on the rookie class and beyond. Just a general NFL and dynasty focus over there as well. So make sure after you're watching this and you're like, my goodness, man, I need more Anthony in my life. You just got to scroll down, dude. You're going to scroll past patreon.com/rookiebigboard. And then you're going to go over to Anthony's page. All right. Cardinals guard, Tyler Booker, edge, defensive lineman Shamar Turner. Let's just go back to the offensive line, man.
When in doubt.
When in doubt, I mean, oh yeah, I was gonna say they don't have anybody behind James Conner, but Trey Benson.
Yeah, they don't have anybody behind James Conner.
Yeah, right. You said it, not me. We're gonna keep him in the state of Arizona. Tackle Jonah Savant. I promise I can pronounce it in my head. Jonah going off the board to Arizona.
All right, Washington on the clock, pick 79. We took Matthew Golden, Princely Umanmielen. I think that might be right, Princely. Again, I'm sorry.
I think it might be wrong.
All right, well, we did our best. Gave it the old college try.
There you go.
Let's go ahead and give the Commanders. We're going to take Anthony Belton, the tackle out of North Carolina State. Big man.
Right.
That's a big man who moves well. We'll take Belton there.
We like that. All right. Since you have been an absolute coward and refused to give Indianapolis a tight end, we're going to give them Gunnar Helm. I really like Gunnar Helm. This is more of a two-way pick. I think he can actually be a really good fantasy player, especially in the red zone. But I think this is, considering Jonathan Taylor in all of it too. And I guess Anthony Richardson as well.
All right, the Bengals at 81. We took Will Johnson and then Xavier Restrepo. We are going to give them.
Oh. I know what Bengals fans would love.
Yeah?
No. Do your thing, though. You had a whole thing. No.
All right. I'm going to take, I don't know if it's what they're going to love, but it's what I think would be really nice for them. And I'm going to take Kentucky defensive lineman Deion Walker.
All right. That's fine. Yeah. That's good too. All right. The Seahawks, we have them taking Tyler Warren, Wyatt Millam. It's a weird draft, man. I'm sorry, fans. I'll make it up to you. We'll add another interior offensive lineman. We'll double down on it. We'll take Willie Lampkin. Yeah, Lampkin is the one with the wild numbers. It's 5'11", 290. I'm taking him. It would just be like the Seahawks to take the weirdest measure.
Yeah.
It absolutely would be. The Seahawks fans are going to hate us. While we're here, while we have you, you have the best uniforms in the NFL. All right.
There you go. See, you got something.
Yep.
All right, Bucks are up. We took Jahdae Barron in round 1 and JTT in round 2. So now we are going to give them Ole Miss linebacker Chris Paul Jr.
I like
it. A linebacker for them there. All
right. Broncos, Amarian Hampton, Mason Taylor, wide receiver, probably still in play, but a little wild, I think, at this point. Let's take Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State, get some secondary help.
Okay, I like that. Pittsburgh up at 85. We took Emeka Egbuka and then Jalen Milroe.
This is just a recap of Anthony's past Devy drafts is really what this looks like. Who are you going to take next here?
Yeah, DJU. Yeah. All right, let's. I'm just kidding. Nobody's taking DJU. All right, we are going to take. Let's go ahead and give them Iowa safety Sebastian Castro. We're gonna get a little safety run there.
A safety run here.
Yep.
We're not dangerous.
No,
we're safe. We're
very safe. We're operating safely.
Chargers, I think running up to the board. I think this is a fall for Kyle Kennard, edge, athletic guy out of South Carolina. I think he really fits what they're looking to do.
All right, Packers at 87. We took Michael Williams and then Siobhan Revell.
Man, they could walk away with a haul in this year's class.
Yeah. I'm thinking here.
Quick question here. What's the how long was the Josh Jacobs contract for?
I think they have an out after this year. That's honestly what I was just thinking about.
I'm just curious. I feel like there's a running back who would really compliment him well.
I think that there's an out after this year.
Let's see. Yep. Our producer says there is an out after this.
All right, thanks, producer. All right. Should we do it? Should we get they did take Marshawn Lloyd.
Oh, they
Is it?
did take
They did take
Marshawn Lloyd.
Marshawn
They did
Lloyd,
take, and we don't
and
want to
I
bury Marshawn Lloyd.
no, I do love Marshawn Lloyd,
We
and
like Marshawn
all
Lloyd.
right, we're not gonna take a running back here.
Fair enough.
Focus. All right, let's take they need a wide receiver, I guess, but I don't know that there's
Jack Beck is just stupid enough for them to take, and that's nothing against him. It's just
it's
such a
just
dumb fit.
redundant. Like, it's just like,
I mean,
yeah,
Jaden Higgins would be a good fit.
yeah. All right, let's give him Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, I think
Let's give
that's
him
fair.
Jaden Higgins. Yeah, there you go. There's your wide receiver, Green Bay.
Oh, Jacksonville. Have I made every Jacksonville pick?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give him a quarterback. Oh gosh. Do I go running back at this point? I almost took a running back last time. I think we got a really good running back spot coming up, by the way, in our next pick.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what to do with Jacksonville.
They're a weird team.
I feel like if we're taking running back, are we burying Tank or are we just burying?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm not super optimistic about Travis Etienne moving forward. I think it's more burying him than burying Tank, honestly.
You
I
think
mean,
so?
it's
Yeah.
tough because we're
I don't
all
wanna-
guessing what Liam Cohen is going to do, but
Or do we go wide receiver?
they could use another, right? Like, they have Brian Thomas, but I feel like there's an out in the Christian Kirk contract too.
It's like the Gabe Davis of it all.
Yeah.
You know who I'm going to take, and it's probably too high compared to consensus, but I really like Ty Felton out of Maryland.
Okay.
Let's take Ty Felton out of Maryland. We're going to give him to Jacksonville, and I don't want to hear it, fans.
There you go.
He's twitchy. He's fast. He's got good hands. He can separate with top coverage pulling him with Brian Thomas Jr. and Christian Kirk. I think it works.
I like that. All right, Houston on the clock at pick 89. We took Walter Nolan in round 1, Jalen Royals in round 2.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they're a running back spot, huh?
Yes.
All right.
You can go either one. They're both fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know if this is what like 1,000% what I would do, but I think they would take Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take Quinshon Judkins off the board there for the Texans.
I like that pick. Oh, the Rams are on the clock at pick 90. I think tight end is in play for them.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a tight end run, and I struggle with this one, man. I don't love Harold Fannin Jr. as much as other people.
Same.
And I don't know that I would take him off the board in every third round mock, but for Sean McVay specifically, I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him to find the role in the landing spot, but don't get too excited from a pure volume perspective. But I think it's a good fit.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not the biggest fan either, but I think if you're going to trust it somewhere, trust it with McVay.
Yeah.
Baltimore on the clock at 91. We took Josh Connerly Jr. and then Darian Porter. I might have to give him Jack Besh. Like,
yeah,
I might have to. Like,
I think it's fine.
I feel like he's a better player than this. Like,
yeah.
91 feels disrespectful, so we're taking TCU wide receiver Jack Besh.
It's mildly disrespectful.
Yeah.
All right. The Jets here. I think quarterback's in play round 3.
I do too. I'm curious which one you think is in play. I know who I would take.
Do I have the, like, this is like a safe space, right? Like, I could just take the guy who I want to take.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to take Will Howard. I do like Will Howard. I think Will Howard would be a totally solid pick.
Okay.
I want to take Tyler Shuck.
Okay.
I'm taking Tyler Shuck out of Louisville. I think he could come in and legitimately, if they go the veteran route and re-sign Tyrod, I think Shuck could legitimately come in and start right away. Like, he's got that experience, he's pro ready, he's got a big arm. It's just the injuries. Like, if it hasn't been for the injuries, and he needs some scheming, he'll need some coaching up. He's not perfect, but if we're thinking about a guy who legitimately could be a round 3 pick and an NFL starter, I think Tyler Shuck could be.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
I like that. They just got to take a shot on one.
Yeah.
Shuck, Howard, it doesn't really matter. Pick whichever one you like. But I agree. It really is just the injuries.
Yeah.
All right, New Orleans at 93. We took Luther Burden, then Darius Alexander, and then Elijah Arroyo. We're gonna take for them. We're gonna give them Jared Ivey from Ole Miss. Just feels like, again, we've fallen too far.
I agree with that. No quarterback here for Cleveland. I feel like we need to address that. For me, it is Will Howard. I like Will Howard. I think
Same.
Will Howard, again, legitimately, I don't know what Cleveland does. Say they, I don't know, do they bring back Jameis? What do they do? If they just have a mid quarterback on the roster with Deshaun Watson, I think Will Howard could legitimately earn that starting job. And, it doesn't hurt to have the national championship winning quarterback from Ohio as the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I like that. All right. Chiefs up at 95.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow.
We took John Campbell, Alfred
What did we
Collins,
do?
Nazir
Look at
Trudell.
this. This is too good, man. This wasn't engineered. This was not engineered. This is too good.
Oh man.
Don't pretend like this is a choice. Really? You're thinking about
this? Should I do it?
Yeah, man.
Let's take them.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do it. I don't know if we're talking about the same.
I think so. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the guy at the top.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're taking Cam.
That was too perfect.
We're taking Cam Scatterbo.
Come on. Legitimately a great compliment to Pacheco, but could definitely take lead back volume.
Yeah. 100% agree. That's a fun pick.
That is a fun pick. Geez. Philadelphia Eagles 96 again. What do you give the team that has everything?
Yeah.
I think wide receivers in play. I think we may have exhausted the wide receivers that I want to take.
Pretty picked over.
Unless
you want to give him Tez.
I don't want to give him Tez.
No, I'm taking Tez in one of these spots.
People are going to think that I'm like a big Louisville fan. I'm not. I have no attachment to Louisville. But I think Ja'Cory Brooks, you force him into the slot. I think he could be a really good fit for Philadelphia there.
All right.
And they have, they have some house money there.
Yeah. All right, Minnesota up at 97. Took Kenneth Grant in round 1.
Oh, man. Big drop-off. Haven't heard from them in a while.
Haven't heard from them in a while. A lot of the running backs have gone.
Not all of them, though.
Not all of them.
Your boy Kyle Monangai.
I do love Kyle Monangai.
Damian Martinez. I think it's too early for RJ Harvey, although
I do too.
I love him. I think Trevor Etienne's in play.
I also
we don't have to.
All right.
We certainly do not have to.
I'm gonna go running back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go running back, but I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm going to do what I would do. I would take Kyle Monangai. Yeah, I like Kyle Monangai a ton.
I think that's fair.
He's an absolute bowling ball of a human being. The contact balance is crazy. I'm going to take Kyle Monangai.
All right. I think the Dolphins have to walk away with a quarterback, right? Like they've got to.
Yeah.
They've got to do something here. I think I love Dylan Gabriel. I know you like Dylan Gabriel. I think just pure passer,
yep.
Mechanics, release, accuracy, probably the best quarterback in the draft. You've got the lefty thing. I think just in terms of the scheme, the offense, Dylan Gabriel is a really, really nice fit with what Mike McDaniels is doing. I think if they could get Dylan Gabriel at 98, you've got to be very happy about that.
Yeah, that's a solid pick for them.
Last pick for you.
All right, last pick for me. San Francisco up at pick 99. We gave them Kelvin Banks, Tyleek Williams, Savion Williams earlier in round 3. Almost did that. We're going to give them Jordan Phillips, the Maryland defensive lineman here.
All right, Maryland defensive lineman Jordan Phillips, your final pick. That brings me to the Rams. Thought we had 101 picks, by the way, 100 picks, so I lied when I opened up the show.
Wow.
Myself there. Oh, Should we take Tez Johnson just so Tutu Atwell feels big?
Yeah, get him in there. Get him in there. A couple of small kings.
Can't do it. I can't do it, unfortunately.
Tez is getting day 2 draft capital.
Who do I? No, he's not. Who do
Yeah.
I just shove into this mock draft just because I want to talk about him?
Fit the agenda. Let's look real quick. Who'd we miss?
Love the idea of Brashard Smith, but I do love Blake Corum. So that doesn't work. Who did we take? Yeah, we took Gray Zabril and Harold Fannin Jr., which I actually think is very spot on.
Yeah.
If we're legitimately looking at need here, we're probably looking at maybe some linebacker help. Maybe some defensive. I feel like we've kind of exhausted the defensive backs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do we just take Josiah Stewart for still being here?
Maybe.
You have
I know he's undersized, but like it does feel like he'll go higher than that. We're in a weird spot in the draft where it's like it almost feels like the real big names have been picked over, and now like the next real batch of value comes on day 3, you know?
Yeah, I think a guy like David Walker, like the hyper athletic guy,
yeah,
really good production. I know edge isn't necessarily like a key need for the Rams, but you can never have too many edge guys. So let's shock the world here on this. Although, hold on.
Yep.
If they're moving on from quarterback, no, we're going to shock the world. The fantasy guys are going to end with an edge player, David Walker out of Central Arkansas.
Let's go.
There you have it. 100 picks, 3-round NFL mock draft, which of course is 100% accurate, as we know.
We did not miss.
Drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. More importantly, head on over to Anthony's channel, Gridiron Drive. The link will be in the episode description. He's got a lot of really good stuff over there. NFL focused, dynasty focused, rookie focused. And remember, you're just going to scroll. You're going to scroll right past the patreon.com/rookiebigboard link. You don't even got to worry about it. And you're going to make sure you head on to Anthony's link. Drop us a comment. Let us know how you feel about this 3-round, 100 pick NFL mock draft.